that is going to help us have more success. But the truth about this business, because it is your own business, you need to be accountable. And so our theme today is how can we actually take action to be accountable? We know that the goal is executive team leader, but that's not really the goal. The goal is huge residual income. We want you to have life-changing opportunity so that you can have an opportunity to change everything. Now, we didn't think that. We didn't even know that that was possible, but I kept thinking, I love the idea of getting paid when I'm not working. And between Ryan and I mean, he would work 100-hour weeks, 70-hour weeks. I also have my administrative credential. We did all the extras. We didn't have any time either. But as the business grew, we were able to have, like Miss Martha said, times and waves where we could create huge money up front and then have the back end residual save our lives. And ladies and gentlemen, there are a few key things that you have to be willing to do to get these results. All right. And so the first thing is Ryan and I are kind of old school, aren't we, Ryan?
Very old school.
Very old school. So we have a system planner. We like to write down all of our names. We like to keep track. We have a little accountability section after every week that we go through. I love that Willa and Angie are accountability partners, and anyone can have this system planner. And we've got some great trainings that go with it. But what we found for us is that we're looking for a certain amount of right people, but you got to be accountable to yourself. So I'm going to share a couple things really quick so that we know we have this ability. First, we always have opportunities to share. On Monday and Tuesday, we have the weekday overviews. On Saturday morning, we have the weekday overview and training. Tuesday, we also have some training. And then on Thursday, we do a system healthcare or the IHS training. Same time, all of these times. Okay. So you got 3 times a week. And then on Saturday that you can invite people. We also have in-person trainings, which everyone should be registered to. But what we really realize is the only way you're really going to make money is if you schedule your own personal presentation. Now, we call them PBZs because so many of our teams are out of our state. We're in cold Ohio, but we've got people in Arizona. We've got people in California. We've got people, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Illinois. We can't always be there, right? And as we heard today, that most people are extremely busy. But having a Zoom or meeting someone for coffee or having a lunch and learn or having people over one night a week is going to get you the results you want. And we really know that that accountability is going to change your business.
And the inviting process and scripts that you guys have learned, or the process that you just learned from Willa and Angie, is the foundation, right? So goal number 1 is, when do you want to have an event? And that's the accountability portion of schedule it in your calendar. I can tell you, working 80-hour work weeks, if you said, when are you free? The answer is, I'm never free. I don't ever have free time, right? So I had to schedule when I would do something. Being intentional gives you the chance to become successful. So be accountable, right? Look at your schedule and say, when do I have a 30-minute window that I can schedule an event that I'm going to then be inviting my friends and contacts to, utilizing the inviting process that you're going to practice, like Angie and Willa have just demonstrated. So we're not going to rehearse what they went through, but we're going to talk about that list creation in a little different method, right? So we talk about, who do we invite? And the truth is, this is a quick example. If you screenshot, naturally, we're going to say, we'll talk to everybody. And that is 100% true. But I will strongly encourage you to focus and identify where you're most likely to have success the fastest. So yes, we're going to talk to everybody. We don't underestimate or devalue any person because of age, education, religion, economic status. We're going to talk to everybody. But let's identify who we're really looking for, because they're going to have a greater likelihood for success.
And also by identifying who they are, you're going to have an easier way to talk to them. So for example, if someone's like me and Mr. and Dr. Terry Young, who are educators, we fell in the whip category. We weren't business owners, right? So again, you could then find some great things about us to invite us, which is what my brother did when he invited me. He said, Megan, you're the hardest worker I know, and I want to retire mom and dad. You need to come see this. Well, first he complimented me, then he gave me a really good goal, right? And now I'm open to see what the heck he was talking to. Now, at the same time, my husband was like, no, what are you doing? You are freaking a broke college kid. You don't know anything about anything. And then my brother was super smart. He brought in a third person expert. And so when we're inviting these sharp people and we're labeling them business owners or salespeople, they have skills to talk to people. They've already built a book of business in their careers. They already have this great warm market. You sometimes cannot be the expert to the warm market people you know. So you're going to be inviting them and you're going to compliment them. And then you're going to compliment the person that they're going to get to meet. And you say, listen, we are all so busy. I only get a few minutes of their time. We're going to share this business. And if nothing else, you'll give me some great direction because you've been a successful business owner for the last 20 years, or you've been successful at having the most, one of my friends, best party planner in the world. And I said, you party plan constantly. You need to do this with me because all this is a big party. You guys, again, we're looking at what makes that person relevant for why we want them on our A list, why we want them in our team, why we want them to be the next 20 people to see this business because of the timing positioning that Miss Martha talked about so well.
And the number one mistake people make is they think that people that own businesses and are successful would be unwilling to devalue themselves to look at this little business. Tragic mistake. Because if you've ever built a business, you know it takes twice as long and is 10 times more expensive as you ever had imagined it to be in order to actually become successful. When you have that experience of grinding it out and building something successful, you identify so much quicker the value of an opportunity in collaborative efforts to accelerate success, where you're saying, you mean I don't have to build infrastructure? You're telling me I don't have to create product? You're saying I don't have to worry about inventory or billing or customer service? You're telling me I can utilize my influence with contacts and community and make money from utility bills of people that I know, or healthcare? Man, the acceleration process of creating income is mind-blowing. So again, please do not assume because your friend makes $1 million, they're not going to be interested in making 2 million.
That's right.
I've never met someone who is done making money. They always want to create more. And it might be more money, it might be more time. I know a lot of business owners that are crushed by time. It is not money that they seek. It is options. It is time. It is release of pressure. And this type of business has that ability to create what they might be looking for, to relieve some of that pressure. It may not be monetary. It might be something else. So again, there's a lot of tools, but what we're really saying in this training is quite simple. The way in which you approach people, it does need to be a little bit tailored to those people. So if I was going to go fishing or bird hunting or deer hunting or whatever, the way I approach that is going to be different. Now, the objective is to grow and build your business, but you need to realize there's a little bit of personalization. Dr. Young talked about a really mind-blowing process or thought when I first looked at this. That's talk to strangers. Are you kidding me? Heavens no, I'm not going to talk to a stranger,
It's
right?
true.
I'm that reclusive guy, right? So talking to my friends is hard enough, let alone talking to some friggin' stranger at a store that I don't talk to anyway. My wife's the talker of people in line at Target, not me, right? So if that scares you, it's okay. With time, that will become more comfortable as you become more comfortable with the process. But start with your warm market, the people you already know socially, academically, with your kids' soccer programs, because you know their profession, you know them. And what Megan identified is the real magic, and that is genuine elements of a person that is admirable: work ethic, dedication, integrity, honesty. Do not embellish, do not make things up, but identify a quality of a human being and say, man, I admire this about you. I'm working on a project. I think it might be a good fit. It may or may not interest you. but I think there might be some value to the people that you know with the services and business that I'm expanding. Would you mind taking 10 minutes to take a look at this? I'd love to share with you what I'm growing.
And that's the biggest thing is when you schedule your own event for yourself with your people, then we can be more personable. We can talk to them. We can get to know them. We can identify hot buttons. Even if it's, 7 people on a Zoom, it's so fantastic to be able to hit different points and then have the energy of everyone working together. So here's where you're going to get the results. This is it. We just sort people. All we do is identify whether they're ready to move into action to either be a partner or be a customer, whether we need to peel the layers back, find out how we can fit it into their busy schedule, find out how we can game plan and work for them. And then there's going to be coconuts. That's okay, guys. Don't get your machetes out. We're not chopping any heads out. We don't care. We love them. They can be a referral partner. They can pass on your information to someone else. They could be a customer when the time is right. And here's what I want you guys to realize. There are bonuses available in this business up front for getting customers, but there's also bonuses as we build the team. And we're going to hear a huge, wonderful training on how this is broken down. But this should be our goal. Our goal needs to be show 20 people in the next week. Show 20 people as fast as you possibly can. Put 5, 6, 10 people together at once. Knock it out. Get 11 services. Get yourself 3, 4, 5, 6 new individuals who are excited about doing this with you. And I promise you, you're going to see the results because they know people we don't know. And there are people praying for a solution to the high costs of healthcare, inflation, and between our services, we are saving people thousands and thousands of dollars a year. So with that, I'm very excited to pass on